Hey YouTube, it's Check Out here, and we're bringing you another one. I'm a digital artist who likes to watch movies with the people, and we're bringing you another top 10. This is the top 10 most animated arts. No, that's not what it is. Most unique animated art styles, okay? There will be some animated films and animated TV shows up in the mix of the top 10, okay? This is not about the story. This is about the style. This is about the look. Okay? But let's just get right on into it. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. Number 10, The Incredibles. The fact that they picked the 60s, giving me the vibes, like, the art style itself is not that significant compared to all the other Disney Pixar type of looks going on that they got going. That soft, bubbly look that we're kind of used to. But the thing that's so amazing about this movie is the architecture, the interior design. And I'm putting 1 and 2 in there because they both are pretty good. Number 2 is probably a little bit better because if you see this house that they moved themselves into for temporary fix because they had a little situation, that house is stunning. You understand? Stunning. And even their old house was really nice too. So definitely getting some real beautiful architectural interior design vibes that was very 60s, 70s feeling inside. I love it. Number 9, Hercules. You know, we never talk about the style of Hercules, but was that not unique? Like the fact that he had these like little curly chins and like just like really Greek inspired style. Like, is that not amazing? Like when we look at all the Disney films, they all kind of look the same, but Hercules has a little bit of a, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of a wiggliness. And I love that for us. I love that for us. Number 8, Akira. Is there anything to say? I mean, the style is not much different from other anime styles, like in a sense of that polished look, but Akira just has a certain like oomph to it, some type of texturalness to it that it just feels so good. Like the city, it's like rough but yet so clean, and then the vibe, especially that opening scene with the on the bikes, that whole situation, delicious. I love it. Number 7, Ponyo. We had to add some Miyazaki. We got to do a whole Miyazaki situation. But I had to add Ponyo in there because although Miyazaki is absolutely beautiful, all the movies, but I feel like Ponyo just has a little bit of a wackiness that I really like. Like the water, first of all, the way they do that water, is that not terrifying? Like the waves are terrifying. Like and then they were not really like panicking like real humans would panic in that town. Anyway, point is, very beautiful style. The colors are so cool and like I love it. Number 6, Into the Spiderverse. I'm gonna say 1 and 2, both of them. Into and Across, both of them. When Spiderverse came out, our jaws dropped to the ground because the style was like, oh, so y'all don't even care about what other people feel. Y'all don't even care that we not doing that style. They're like, but we are, but we're gonna do it. They really took the comic book and said, this is what a comic book movie really looks like. Okay. Like they still had the lines on the faces, the like the textures that you get from the, you know, paper they brought into the film, like the all the like vibrant off scale textures. I mean, just delicious. Like really, 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 really good. And I love that for us. Okay. Number 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This movie came out in the summertime. And I already knew from the trailer that it was giving, right? And it was definitely, I had to put this next to Spider-Verse because Spider-Verse made a trend. And then here came this movie, which had a very much Spider-Verse type of look. However, the reason why I made the list a little bit higher because they made that their own. When I tell you, these people was real lopsided, all right? I mean, just lopsided. I mean, nobody was symmetrical. Even the like closest ones to being symmetrical was still a little something, right? And everything was like, even like the light not the light, but like the particles in the light was like scribbly. Like they were like, we're gonna make sure everything will have a texture. That's what I'm talking about. They was in that thing like, we're gonna figure out how to design this thing uniquely. And I appreciate that. Number 4, Steven Universe. This is not about story. This is not about story. So we're not even gonna talk about it. We'll have another video about best story when it comes to animation. But just for the art style, the color, if you write the word color palette down, the next thing should say Steven Universe. It has such a pastel, warm, cool, depending on the vibes, temperature to this movie. And I love movie. It's not, oh, well, no, hold on now. It is a movie. So you had the show, for those who don't know. You had the 5 seasons, then you had the movie, and then you had the next one. So, okay, so technically it was a movie, but we talk about the shows. Anyway, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Number 3, Chowder. It made the list because even though it's so silly, it makes like, what is happening? But when you look at it, is it not phenomenal? The coolest thing that they did was they had textures, and we don't do textures in animation because ain't nobody got time for all that. Well, we're gonna draw all the textures for every frame. Whoop. But what they did was they took the outline, right, and then like the inside was flat. I mean, you're seeing it right now. I can't explain it. Like the texture wasn't moving, but the character was moving on top of the texture. Was that not clever? Lazy. It was lazy, but it was clever. Not? Was it not? Really, really good. That's why I made it to number 3. Okay. Number 2, The Tune by Bill Plympton. Bill Plympton is one of the most underrated animation studios people, because the name of the studio is the name of the person. So, most underrated. He is phenomenal. The reason why he's number 2 is because his style, it's wacky, crazy. What is going on? Okay, and then it's like all color pencil or something like that. Like it's really, really, really good. And then like the animation is just wild and doesn't make any sense. And all his movies are like this, but this one in particularly, The Tune, just has a good vibe. And then it has music in it. You know, who doesn't like a little bit of music? But that's not what we're talking about. But the style is really, 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 really good. Now, before we go into number 1, first of all, go ahead and push that like, subscribe, push that, do the thing. Come on now, do the thing. But let's get into the honorable mentions. Now, they could have made the list, but I wanted to keep this a top 10, and I didn't want to have to, you know. And they made it late to the list. So that was not a number. Okay. Honorable mention, the first one in there, Ed, Edd n Eddy. I have a whole situation about that cul-de-sac, but we aren't going to get into that. The whole point is, they had like these wiggly lines. And every time I think about it, I'm like, why did y'all do that? That was too much work. One line will suffice. But you know, when you got the wiggly lines, you're drawing the lines over and over again, over top of the same line. Mental, these people. Mental. Roger Rabbit. I wanted to get it on the list. I really, really did, because for its time, that was a big deal. Did you see that? Like, did you see how it looked? Like, they had regular film, and then the characters on top of the regular. I mean, they should have blown people's heads off at that time. Then we had later on, we got the whole Space Jam situation, but that was like it for its time. Are you guys kidding me? Like, what? And the last in the honorable mentions, Elementals. Elementals came out this summer, Pixar movie, and you know what? Good job, Pixar. They took some time to pull themselves a teeny bit away from their normal style that they're used to doing and thought about something clever. And, you know, just the way fire looked, the way water looked, the way they played with the elements really made the animation style and movement really feel really good. And I really had to add them into the honorable mentions for that. Now, the moment we all been waiting for, number 1, Gumball. I'm sorry. what is going on in that show. What is going on? So for one, what I heard was, now I don't know if it's true and I don't know where I heard it from, but what I heard was this show is a combination of all the ideas that didn't make it for Cartoon Network. They was like, we don't like that idea. Gumball, there you have it. So literally all those characters are just failed ideas, and then they were like, but they not failed because they're going to succeed over here. I love that. If that's true. I love that. And I love that it's 3D backgrounds with 2D and 3D characters, but the 3D backgrounds are kind of realistic leaning. I mean, they took everything, was like, just throw it in there. Just throw it in there. And I think they deserve number one for most unique animated art styles. And I approve this message. So there you have it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to these top 10s. They are very fun to make, and you can't tell me I'm wrong, but you can tell me I'm wrong in the comments, because I would like to know, what's your list? Did I miss anybody? Was my order wrong? Should somebody get out of there? Tell me. Let me know who needs to go. But if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification mark, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. That's it. I'm out of here.
What did you do with my friend? He's in the garden, I think.
What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave. It's mad buttons down there. You ain't push on one of them. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.